This is a fantastic recipe using a product we all know and love, sausages, but in a slightly different, slightly fun kind of way. Perfect for the barbecue, or perfect to just pan fry at home and then enjoy in the garden. It's a really nice, light, breezy way to eat sausages. Hi everyone, my name's Alex and we're here at the lovely Waitrose Cookery School today, and we're going to make some superb sausage smash burgers with some jammy tomatoes. So I'm quite new to the Waitrose Cookery School, but I've been a chef for thousands of years. I could talk about sausages until the cows come home, literally, or the pigs come home as it were. Very, very passionate about sausages, and this is such a fun way to do them. First steps, we're going to get the jammy tomatoes working. They want a bit of time in the pan to kind of bring out those natural lovely flavours and all that umami from the tomato seeds, and just kind of break those down into that lovely jammy rich texture as well. So first and foremost, we are going to add oil to our pan, and if you want to give this recipe a try yourself, the link to the recipe is in the description below. Our tomatoes, we're using some lovely little vine tomatoes today, small and sweet. We're going to start this on a medium heat. We want to get it sizzling and working, get that heat transferring through. Then we're going to turn it down and just let it kind of tick away in the background. So while the heat's just getting through those tomatoes, we're going to prep our herbs. So I've gone for some lovely fresh oregano today, one of my favourites. Marjoram would work really, really well. It's almost got a slight pepperiness to it, which I thoroughly enjoy. And just give them a rough chop. You don't need to be particularly precise, you're just breaking that down a little bit. You can hear my tomatoes working away, oregano in, some lovely thyme as well, lovely fresh thyme. No need to chop this, the leaves break down off the stems really nicely, just pick those off. A pinch, again, you can go as hot or as mild as you like on this. This is kind of used like a relish on our burger, so I think you shouldn't have loads of it and it should be quite punchy, so I've gone for like quite a decent whack of chilli in there. This is just caster sugar, so just a pinch of caster sugar helps with that caramelization and again just kind of amplifies that already present natural sweetness in the tomatoes. While this is working away, add roughly 2 tablespoons of water. That's going to knock the heat out of the pan. We're going to let that come back up and then bring that down to a simmer. At this point as well, we'll give it a generous season and a nice pinch of salt. So I'm just going to put this to one side, slightly lower heat, partially covered with a lid, let that water evaporate away and let those tomatoes break down. So now we're going to start forming and cooking our burgers. You want to preheat your pan, kind of medium hot. I've got some of my sausages prepped here. I'm just going to show you skinning one sausage, but before I do that, I'm just going to add the oil into the pan. Just a touch, probably about a tablespoon. So to skin a sausage, I like to just give it a nice clean little slice and the skin will peel back easily. Please be very careful when you slice and peel your own sausages, but you can actually just buy sausage meat already, so that takes that hassle out of it. So by their name, you can tell how they're cooked. We form 2 sausages into a little ball, like so. So for these burgers, I've chosen like a Waitrose essential, very standard, quite plain pork sausage, which I think works really, really well for this. They're not particularly herby, they're nice and peppery, which I really like in a sausage, and they're a great vehicle for the fillings and toppings that you're going to put on this burger. So I've got my 2 sausage balls formed. I'm going to pop these in the pan. You can hear them starting to sizzle, which is what we want. Give them a light press down. I'm just going to wash my hands. And now comes the smash part. As the name implies, I like to use a fish slice. Plenty of pressure, and we're smashing these down into a lovely, lovely little patty. So you can use this process to cook kind of classic American style smash burgers as well. So you just grab your mince, pack it into a little ball, onto your grill or your barbecue and smash that down exactly the same way. Really important cooking meat and burgers like this. Don't agitate them in the pan too much. You want that contact. That's where you get that lovely kind of bark and that caramelization. If you're moving them around, you're knocking the heat out and they're just not going to seal nicely. So let's have a look. Lovely. Richly golden brown, nice and crispy. Give them another little pat down. So we're just looking for that same kind of color on the other side. And at that point, we know they're going to be cooked through and perfect. So I'm just going to flip my burgers over, make sure they've got that same kind of bark on this face, which they have. They look fantastic. I've gone for some crumbly, tangy, delicious Stilton today. I think sausages, Stilton and mustard sounds like a bit of a dream to me. I'm just going to pop slightly too much cheese on the warm, hot face of my burgers. I'm just going to get my buns. These have just had a flash in a warm oven. I've gone for a really classic floured little soft roll today, which are a Waitrose essential. I love these. They remind me of being a kid. They remind me of summer barbecues, all that kind of stuff. Obviously, the world's your oyster again. Go with a classic kind of brioche burger bun, seeded or not seeded. You could even turn this into kind of like a naughty breakfast with an English muffin, or even fold a flatbread over it. It's really, really versatile, but I love these kind of like tender, yielding little buns. So I'm just going to turn this pan off now because my sausages are done. I've gone for a Waitrose Essentials English mustard today. I love that kind of mustard in your face, sort of slightly too hot. I think it works incredibly well with the sausage and the Stilton. A real chef tip, chefs never use knives for spreading things, we always use spoons. Don't know why. Pretty much any condiment will work really, really well in this. I think mustard is really synonymous with sausages. Obviously English mustard's one of the hotter varieties, so it's not for everyone. Like an American style mustard, if you wanted to go down that route, it's a lot sweeter, a lot less kind of spicy. Dijon, kind of classic and very, very chic. Yeah, whole grain for that kind of slightly more rustic approach as well, but English is my preferred for this. So, our sausage patties straight on. So I'll grab my tomatoes. They're ready and look delicious. They're kind of sticky, jammy, exactly as we'd like. So spoon them on top, nice and central. When you put the lid of that burger bun down, it's gonna smush them exactly where you want. I've gone for some lovely, big, classic kind of burger style gherkins today. I absolutely love gherkins. I'm gonna put 2 lovely big slices on each. And there we have it. So that's it, our burger is built and done. Looks pretty fabulous. So we'll slice it open, I'll show you the inside. These burgers would eat well with so many things. I think it's quite a summery little burger. I think like a lovely crunchy coleslaw, lots of raw cabbage, bit of mayonnaise, lots of lemon juice and pepper would work really, really well. Just something kind of light and crunchy, or you could go the other end of the spectrum and just French fries. Please, in the comments below, let us know how you like your smash burgers. Let us know what you've put it with, what bread you've done it, whether you've cooked it on a barbecue. Yeah, really interested to know. If you enjoy these recipes, then please subscribe, and if you press the bell icon, it'll alert you for when there's new recipes that are available to watch. I know it's delicious before I've even had a go. Let's have a go. Absolutely superb.